Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some Dutch oven cooking. We're going to cook right here on this grill. We're going to be cooking some homemade cat head biscuits and sausage gravy, or sawmill gravy. That's what I grew up knowing it as. Um, Reason we're doing it on the grill is because despite the way that it looks behind me, it's been raining here for several hours and it's wet and nasty out there. And I didn't want to get out there and get, it's cleaner up here is what I'm trying to say. And this is taller. I don't have to bend over. Doesn't hurt my back as well. I've been wanting one of them large cast iron tables to Dutch oven tables, and I'm fixing to get one. And that'll eliminate this problem. But cooking on the grill, you can do the same way. Either way, the charcoal smell gets in there. I love cooking with charcoal. We cook a lot with lump charcoal too. Same thing. We're going, let me spin you around here and show you. There's Stephanie. For y'all that are new to the channel, I'm Casey. That's my wife Stephanie, and my son Connor's inside. This is what we're using today. This is way too big for what we're doing, but it's all I got. Here, my regular camp Dutch oven with the legs and the lid is down there in our camp. So this is the only one here with a lid like this with a lip on it, because I'm not going to close the lid on the grill. I'm going to put charcoal on top of the lid, just like you would in, camping situation. And this is something that you can do camping, and we're going to start doing a lot more of these. Some of our favorite camping recipes, and just easy cook. You get out in the backyard with kids, whatever. We love doing it. Some of y'all may love doing it, but this would hold a lot of biscuits, and there's no way me and Connor and Stephanie can eat that many biscuits. So we're just going to try to put some in the center, 4 or 5, and just see how it comes out. I don't know how it's going to come out, but we're going to try. This is what we're going to cook the sausage gravy in, or the sawmill gravy. This is a chicken fryer. We got this on our honeymoon in Sevierville, Tennessee at the Lodge Cast Iron Outlet. And we have had many good meals out of that. You can do it in a skillet. This was just clean, so that's what we're using. I hope y'all can see us from all the smoke coming this way. But we're fixing to get started with our gravy here in just a minute. We're going to use our homemade deer patty sausage that we make ourselves. It's in there in the sink thawing right now. We're going to get started. Y'all help us out. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We've been sitting at like 4,400 for a little while now. We want to get to where we can put out some merchandise. Hopefully we won't need to wait till we got over 5,000. So we want to get some merchandise. So y'all please like and subscribe, share our videos, comment, all that good stuff. That helps us move up. If you like the video. So we'll be right back and we'll start cooking. All right, guys, we got our deer sausage thawed out, or most of the way thawed out. It'll finish thawing in the Dutch oven, chicken fryer. I don't know if y'all can see through the trees, but the sun's going down. I don't know about y'all, but here we love breakfast at night. We'll do that quite a bit, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. So this is good at night, camping, wherever. Then when we get through cooking the sausage, we're going to take it out. We're going to make the gravy, and then we'll add it back in. All right, guys. Y'all going to have one of these. And I don't know what these is called. It's got 4 little paddles on it. But if you don't like big chunks of sausage, like my wife, she likes them smaller. I don't mind it, but you take this and chop up your meat. You can use it for beef and spaghetti or whatever. And it just breaks it down into finer pieces. Alright guys, I want to show y'all what making your own sausage will do. We make ours with wild hog sausage off of our place. That has been put in the colander, been draining. Look in that bowl. Hardly anything. So a lot healthier. I know a lot of people like Jimmy Dean. I like Jimmy Dean too, but a little bit healthier using your own wild pork. Being that it doesn't have all that, we're going to use bacon grease to make our gravy. So we're going to put this in. I guess we can get a spoon and get that little bit. Gonna put it back over the heat. Let that melt down. All right, we're fixing to add some flour. We're just gonna kind of stir this around, mash it in. All right, we got most of our flour mashed in. It's nice and smooth now. Look at all those little bits of sausage pulling up off the bottom. That's where all the flavor and the good stuff is. Plus, this is bacon grease, so this ought to be some pretty good gravy. All right, now we're fixing to pour milk in and keep stirring around till we get the consistency that we want. Look at that, y'all.
That looks good before even putting the sausage back in.
Yeah. That's gonna thicken up nice. All right, baby, bring some seasoning over here.
All right.
I'm gonna let Stephanie season it. There's a lot of salt in our sausage already, so we're gonna do mainly pepper. We're gonna do a little bit of salt, but not much. All right, we're gonna add our sausage back to it. All right, we're gonna get our Dutch oven on here, get it heating up. We're gonna butter the inside of it. We got the gravy off. I'd love to be cooking these together where they're both ready at the same time, but my grill's not big enough, so we took it off, put a lid on it. We can put it back, the gravy back on here and warm it up a little bit if we need to add a little bit more milk to it. As soon as the biscuits are ready, so we'll let that heat up and then we'll get started with our biscuits. All right. All right, everybody. Stephanie's now gonna do the biscuits. She's
Sorry, the dog's licking.
Molly. Well, there she is. Let's see. See if we can get her down there. She wants.
Has to be washed.
She wants to be part of the cooking too, Mama. All right. So, note to self: wash the spatula before we go back to doing the gravy.
Before we use it again.
Thank Molly. Can you, baby? Look. All right. Here we go. Stephanie's gonna do the biscuits now, since Molly's gonna let us. She's the biscuit guru, kind of. I guess I kind of taught her how to do this years ago, but we don't do cathead biscuits a lot.
No.
Partly because we like canned biscuits, but anyway.
Yeah, we don't eat biscuits a lot because we would be a lot bigger than we already are.
We're too fat already. Anyway, I do like cooking in the Dutch oven, and I've never made them in the Dutch oven, so I guess I'm just trying to prove to myself that I can do it. And I'll probably do this more often when we go camping and stuff, which we're going to try to do. But anyway, back to the biscuits. Getting sidetracked. Show them how to make them, baby.
All right. Got some flour. 3 cups of flour. All right, in here I have 3 tablespoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt. Right here I have a tablespoon of baking powder and a little bit extra.
Table was clean before this?
Yes, it was bleached down before we started. It won't be clean when I finish because I make a mess when I start.
It is what it is.
Right. Now I'm going to add 1.5 sticks of butter.
Very good for you. Heart healthy.
Yep.
Cathead biscuits we're making. Wouldn't be cathead biscuits without the butter. It's what makes it good. Now you can cut this butter up in little chips with a knife or something. I don't know. We've done it both ways. I guess the bigger the flakes, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. Really not, huh? Butter's butter.
Butter, yeah.
Stick and a half of butter is a stick and a half of butter any way you use it, I guess.
Yep. I think the smaller you get it, the more it spreads, the more evenly it spreads
incorporates
out
in
into
there.
the biscuits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I don't need all of this.
Let me get a shot of that, baby. Look at all that butter. Gonna have to be good.
All right, just gonna mix all this in there, kind of mash the butter in the flour a little bit. Okay, I've got a 1/4 cup of buttermilk and a couple of teaspoons of white vinegar. I'm going to mix this egg with it. Go ahead and get that mixed up together before I pour it into here. I did not bring a whisk outside, and we have run back and forth inside the house. I don't know how many times getting stuff.
I'd be alright. You ain't got all that stuff when you camping anyway. Alright, Stephanie's done thrown the spoon away. Spatula, and she is getting hands-on with it right now. I mean, she is getting after it.
Easier for me to check the consistency like that.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and knead it while I'm already in here doing this.
So, when do you know if it's ready? When it's not sticky anymore? Not sticking to you, or what?
It's going to be a little bit sticky, but it has to also be wet enough to like all hold together.
Gotcha. There's Molly again. Molly's, I tell you, she's a good help in the kitchen. If you drop something, you won't have to clean it up. She'll do it for you.
Jesse's over there licking up the milk I threw out a while ago.
Alright, so y'all can see why we like canned biscuits. This is a process. Don't get me wrong, they're good. But you got to be in the mood. These days and times. Way back when, they didn't have a choice, I guess. That's when men were men and women were just about as strong as the men. And why are you putting that flour down like that?
So it won't stick.
Ah, gotcha. So y'all comment below if you think me and Stephanie could have made it way back in the day. Y'all think we could have made it living off the land and making our own food and stuff, or y'all think we'd starve to death? I guarantee you we wouldn't be this fat. I know that. Maybe we need to try that.
If we worked as hard as they did back in the day, we wouldn't be this fat.
That was definitely work. Alright, there's our little biscuit cutter. Look at there.
Alright, you want them thicker than that?
No, I like it. Alright, I've got to get heating the pot up. I took the pot back off because I forgot what a lengthy process this is, so I'm fixing to put the pot back on the grill and put some butter in it and get ready for these biscuits to go in. We'll get back with y'all. Y'all see how she's cutting them out? That's, I don't know, what is that, about 2 inches?
Probably.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
There you go. All right, so we just missed that step. That's my fault. I was putting the pot back on there. Stephanie cut the first, show them how many biscuits you got out of that first. All right. And then she took the leftover and kneaded it back and rolled it back out again to get some more. Now that is probably plenty of biscuits for us.
But since we have this much dough,
we're going to go ahead and make all of them? All right, that'll work.
I mean, it'll fill up more space in the pot.
Yeah.
So, turn the camera around.
All right, I have got the inside of that grease if you want to place them in there. I'm going to pull this grate off. Where I can reach in with these tongs, wherever they may be. Right here. Put my lid on. Like that. And then I'm going to add coal to the top. Every so often, we'll twist the bottom one way and then twist the lid the opposite way, about a quarter of a turn. So, all right, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's take a peek and see what they're doing. I got to get me one of them lid lifters. Just kind of, oh, it's got to be balanced. It's not balanced. So they are rising.
Yep.
All right. And this is my first time doing this again. So I don't know how hot my fire needs to be or how many briquettes I need on top. I know one thing though. Ash is a killer for these coals. I need one of them little whispers. And they heat right back up when you get the ash off of them. So they're dying down, but you know, this may take a little bit longer than it should, but it's definitely gonna work. While I got y'all on here, we're gonna turn it a quarter. Turn that way. And the lid. About that much. And that just keeps everything cooking evenly. There may be a hot spot on one side, the bottom, or the top. You don't never know. So turn it. Alright. Alright guys. This has took way longer than it needs to. And it's because of this gigantic pot that we're using. I mean, this thing's like 8 inches deep. So the heat's having a hard time getting to the biscuits, which are, you know, an inch off the bottom. I don't think the bottoms are burnt because we got it up on this grill. We got I don't know, we probably got another 8 inches off of the coals. So, but we're at 40 minutes. And in the oven at 350, this would have took about 15. So this is nowhere near 350. But we think they're getting close, so we're fixing to go ahead and butter the tops of them. Ooh. And I did have to add more coals. That's hot steam. I got to get a lid lifter.
Sorry.
All right, a few more minutes. Hopefully we'll be ready to eat. All right, guys, here's our biscuits. They came out pretty good for the length of time that we had to cook them. This is a learning experience, so I think if we'd had a shallower Dutch oven, it'd have gone faster.
Yeah.
You can see that pot over there. That dude's deep. So Stephanie's gonna break us a biscuit open and show y'all what it looks like. Look at the bottom. The bottom ain't burnt for 40 minutes of cook time. I mean,
No, it's not burnt. It's a little hard, but it's not burnt.
Yeah.
The tops are good. And it's just perfect in the middle.
Look at there. Steven. Like it. All right. Throw a couple of them bad boys down. And we put our, I'm going to spin y'all around. So y'all hold on just a second. You'll see me. Now we're back over here at the grill. We put our gravy back on to heat it back up because it took so long to cook the biscuits.
We added a little bit of milk to heat it up.
All right, guys, we're fixing to plate up and we'll let y'all know how it tastes. All right, guys, we got our plates made. We're going to try it out. I've already tasted the gravy and I think the gravy came out really good. So let's see how it did.
Hot.
Gravy's hot. Y'all, I think that's really good.
It is really good.
For our first time doing it, I have no complaints.
Yep.
It took a lot longer than we thought it would because we've never done it before. I was really scared to death that as long as they cook, like we said, it was just over a 40-minute cook time. I was scared the bottoms were going to be black. Having it that far off of the fire on this grill, I think saved us.
Yeah, probably.
Having this deep of a pot hurt us. So we need to get a shallow, Dutch oven. I think it would have done a lot better, a lot quicker. I still don't know, I've watched videos of people that say they can regulate their temperature by the number of briquettes that they put in there, like they're 25 degrees a piece and they count them out and all that. But I still don't know if that's accurate or not. I think it's...
We haven't tested that theory.
No, but I still think, when you're cooking outdoors, it's a guess, even with the grill, it's a guessing game and you got to know how to handle your fire and stuff like that. So through time and experience, I think we'll get better and better. So, but I'm happy. Next thing I want to do, cornbread.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We do want to try cornbread in there.
So, if you like the video, like and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, y'all.